Boom! It's happening, y'all. Finally got my in the bag done for this year. It took me all year to do it. I'm ready to roll in 2023 season with this setup. I don't know why I don't see more of these Zuka Easy Carts. When you pair it with this dynamic commander bag, you basically have like a floating shelf. And it's nice. I always know what, if I'm missing disc, buy that wiggle, baby. Give it a little wiggle. If there's wiggle, I'm missing something. But if I got another Zuka, where you got to reach in and look over and bend over and see what you got, call me whatever you want. This setup is sick for me. I got lots of storage in here for anything I want. Shoes, jacket, whatever you need. I got my Raptors Knoll towel for Mace Runners. Shout out to Jake LA, the ace this hole. Freaking awesome. What else do I keep in here? I got a drywall pad, not for tournament use, but you get a little nick, give that little baby shave. Thank me later. Got a Sharpie, I got a tag. Pretty good number. What else we got? I got my, shout out to Adam Helpany. He gave me some 3D printed dice with my pinball initials on it. A doob tube. A Pico Zing Mini. Make sure you put a hole in this. That way, when you have a carbonated beverage, it doesn't pop off. And a backup plater. What else? My retriever that I got in the players pack for the BC Open. And everyone's like, oh, you can't sit on your Zuka. Well, fine. I bought a stool, and it's a good one. It's light, it's Swedish, it telescopes, it's easy to use. I don't use it that much anyway, because I'm not a lazy bones like you. Let's dive into these discs pretty quick. In the back, we got a couple minis. Shout outs to Jeff Moulton. That's a Challenger Macro. Thing's a ton of fun. And I got my first run Berg. We got my throwing, we got a whale sack. And this super cherried Frolfers Anonymous bag. Just billowing with chalk. Throwing putter, 2021 Macbeth Tour Series. Luna. New putter, these just keep going in. Luke Mason got me into these Yeti Pro AVRs. I never liked AVRs. I like a Yeti Pro AVR, okay? A little bit of hyzer and just smashing chains. They're sick. Let's work our way up in speed from slow to fast. Speaking of which. Okay, Drew Gibson. Pro Discus Jokery Metal Flake. This is a sick disc. Not a lot of people know about this thing. It's super flat. It actually kind of feels like a Mako, to be honest. But it's obviously a lot slower than that. This is my upshot putter. It's kind of like zone numbers. Maybe not as overstable, maybe not as fast. But this thing is awesome. Give it a shot if you've ever seen one, but you got to get the Metal Flake one. The regular one sucks. Then we got the 2022 Adam Hammis Zone. This thing is ridiculous. I can eat cereal out of it. It's so puddly. I got this from Disc Junkies. One of the best discs I've ever bought. Use it all the time. Super torque resistant. I can yank on this thing. It always comes back. Always lands soft. You gotta love a Zone. This is my favorite mold. I have two favorite molds. This is probably my favorite mold. This is my best disc. This is an Innova made Discmania MD4. It's kind of like a Cybertruck. This thing is awesome. Super overstable. Flight stayed the same its whole life. I've smashed it into a bunch of stuff, and this disc just keeps getting better and better. I don't throw bad shots with this thing. I don't know what it is. I got this Crescent Falcon 2 recently, She Glow. So this is my glow bag, but I realized that it goes a little straighter than my MD4. This one. So I want to throw, if I could just throw all MD4s and Graces, I would, if they did different stuff. So this Crescent Falcon 2 goes straighter than that one. So I got a super sick, overstable mid game going. After that, we got this original shit, MD3. This plastic, super durable. Innova made, I love it. This MD3 is one of those just like use one disc for the whole round kind of thing. Love it, super great. This is an MD1, Simon Lizotte MD1, more domier than your Mindbender. I feel like this is more torque resistant than the Mindbender. It does kind of bubble up on you, kind of pillows up, but it's super neutral, and I know they say that about the Mindbender, but I honestly think that this one is just better. It is that Italian plastic, which is fine. But for whatever reason, this disc is just a little more neutral. I like it a little bit more. This is my TSA Metal Flake Origin. This thing is awesome. I fell in love with this disc. You heard it. I fell in love with this disc, and I had to buy a couple more. I freaking love it. It's pretty flat. It is my turnover mid. They go pretty damn far. They just are so smooth, and you need to try one. They're pretty shallow in the hand, which I like. They come out nice and quick. More original stuff. I just love this plastic. It's so durable. It's just better than anything that they make now. It's the FD in the original line. 76-11. You know what an FD is. They're making this disc in a lot of different forms. But this is my favorite one. And I swear this thing looks new, but I've smashed into a bunch of stuff and it just keeps on looking great. So I got one of those. And of course we got an FD2. It's a lesser known brother, I guess. But I don't know why it's sweet. I don't know if you like a Thunderbird, you'll like this. I just think that it's super awesome. Thunderbird or T-Bird? Anyway, 7402. I'm a Discmania guy, so I don't know what you want from me, but this thing is awesome. Flies super good, a little more overstable than my FD. And one step up from that is this Metal Flake FD3 in Wonder Bread. Lord Eye, this disc is super bougie. It took me a while to put this in the disc or in the bag because I just didn't want to throw it because it's so pretty. But then I had to throw it because it's so pretty. And I'm glad I did because, man, this thing just pushes that hyzer line so nicely. This is where I would say, oh, it's great for forehands, but I don't have any forehands, so it's not. Okay, this is my Thai Heat. This is where I would say this thing's great for rollers. But the only thing I roll is my joints. So it's a Domi turnover Anheuser 9-speed. I put it high, let it fly, and it just keeps holding. And I don't know if you know Raptors Knoll, but hole 2, this is my new baby. Nice high little Annie. Watch Dexter McKnight do it. Speaking of which, watch Dexter McKnight do it, and that line is the line. This is one of my favorite discs. Titanium Undertaker. Undertaker is nice and shallow. I feel like it's super versatile. You can forehand it, you can backhand it. You can throw it on hyzer, it'll give you hyzer. You can throw it on Annie, and it'll be nice and flat. I just think that this is a great disc for learning how to throw different shots. If you don't have one, you should get one. Thai plastic is deadly. It's super durable. It feels super nice. Dexter McKnight got this for me. He just gave it to me because he's a friggin' G, and he knows that I love him so much. So, thanks, Dex. Right on. My flippy fairway, this is a Leopard 3. She glow and she go. Great hyzer flips. I like this run a lot. I mean, I'm not a huge Leopard 3 guy, but I found like this one just kind of is like, I don't know, it's stiff, it glows good, it flies good. It's been really nice for me. Give it a shot. Then we dive into the Onyx. I was kind of trying to figure out how to put a PD in here. But honestly, this Onyx just flies great. So I'm not going to mess with the good thing. I put a weird dye on this like a couple years ago, and maybe a year ago, and it's kind of pearled and faded, but it looks even better. So this thing flies really nice, good and overstable, 10-speeder. Flippy 11-speeder, my Halo Mamba. Don't listen to the numbers. What are they? -5 bullshit. Okay, this thing, it's great. It glides a ton. If I were to call the numbers, what I would think they are, I'd say like a 11.6 -3 1. So if you're into that shit, get one of these things because they're friggin' awesome. I don't throw these on Annie ever. You can hyzer flip them. I like throwing them nice and flat and just letting them turn and then fade. And they're sweet. This is my second favorite disc. This is a Royal Line Grace by Latitude. This is the epitome of driver for me. I never throw this thing out of bounds. It just like, it never goes too far astray. It goes pretty far, not as far as some of my bombers, but like what I sacrifice in a couple of feet is worth it in control, feel. I put a little Lord Eye Floatrol dye on this thing. But man, if you haven't thrown a Royal Grace, you don't know what you're missing. The new Orbit stuff, it's not the same. I feel like I got like the clear Orbit Grace and that thing's super overstable, but then you get the white backed Orbit Grace and that thing's super flippy. They feel like totally different discs. go and get a Royal Grace. This thing will change your life. Then we got the Innate Queen 21 S-Line Wraith. Glow. Not a lot of glow S-Line. I know Philo has one, but this is sweet. I got a bunch of these at first because I'm like, man, there's not a whole lot of S-Line glow out there. And I didn't love it at first, but now that I've smashed a couple trees with it, it's like so good. And I can tomahawk this and thumber it. This is my super great like bomber glow disc. I mean, most of our glow holes aren't as long. So this is a sweet disc. Try to get one if you can. Not the easiest to find. Here we go, Cloudbreaker 3. Got a DD3 in the house. This thing is a dagger boots. Real domey, super fast, really overstable. I forehand this a little bit, and it's real chunky, okay? This thing is pretty sweet. If you got a headwind, if you got a tailwind, throw it back in there, you don't need it. Shit. Halo Strike, that's my bomber. Looks like shit. Been lost a lot. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but anytime a disc goes missing, usually it's a Shrike. Maybe I should take a hint, but honestly, when this thing's right, it's right. I love this thing. I'll throw a couple videos in the video. Me checking this little piece. Now, if you know me, I throw overhand shots a lot, way more than anyone you know. I love thumbers. I love tomahawks. These are my tomahawk thumber discs. This is my bomber, my machete, Wonder Bread. This thing, if I throw it low, it won't even come back. It just goes, and then I get like a little skip on it. This is kind of like if I got a downhill shot or if I really get it up in the air, it'll eventually come back, but it goes really, really far. The one I throw the most is this Venom. This feels so comfortable in the hand. The bevel is super symmetrical. It's super shallow. It's super flat. Great for forehands. I love thumbering this disc. It goes really, really far. It'll slide out to the left quite a bit, but then it does come back more than the machete. You need to try that if you're into overhand shots. A lot of people talk about JP Maxes, some Proctor Maxes for overhand shots. I just got this from Jay from Mace Runners. He had it in his personal stack. Then he said, you know what? You got to try this thing. So he let me have a piece of this. Super sexy, really flaky, flat, overstable, chunky James Proctor. Innova Max. I can't wait to give this a chuck. It's got the Innova logo hollow in there. And that's all my shit, people. I don't know if you saw this Raptors Noble towel, but it's super awesome. And shout out to Jake Elliott for acing this hole. Also, shout out to Rob Moeller, one of my best buddies. He got me this counter because I'm dyslexic. And that's about all we got. Also, if you don't have a freaking pillow top OD bike grip on your Zuka, you're wrong. My brother gave this thing to me. It makes the whole cart feel super sturdy. I don't know what it is. Get one of these. That's it. Peace out. What's up, you? That'll do. He let it go. I took it. I have it. He does not have it no more. But he has a store full of shit. So what's up? Anyways, that was my shit. Hope you enjoyed it.